What's up, y'all? It's me, Brian Keith, and I'm back with yet another video of Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 2. And this episode is called All Aboard the Gaslight Express, and that's exactly what this shit was.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag, best shit.
We're gonna first start with Sonia. Sonia moved her whole entire family. There's a family of 9 people living in her house with it's her mother, her father, her sister and her husband, I think her nephew, herself, her husband, her child, and it's one other person. That's a lot of motherfuckers in the house. Like when I grew up, I had a lot of people in my house. When I lived with my mom, it was a lot of people. When I lived with my dad, it was a lot of people. So as a grown ass adult that I am, I like to have a lot of people in my house. And if you do stay in my house, maybe 1, 2, 3 days, that's it. And you gotta go. Like I don't got time for all that. But at the end of the day, they're talking about the stresses that they have in their home life. And I love that the way that they like are authentically talking with their Jamaican accent seem very fluent. And if anybody's gonna say anything about like, oh my god, their accent is da da da, if you can stand and understand Jeannie Wynn from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you can understand them. Because we can barely understand what Jeannie was talking about, but to each his own, we get it. And like they said, it comes up where it's like Sonia's husband, he wants another child, and I think that's gonna be one of the biggest storylines that they have is just like trying to navigate, are they gonna start an addition to the family or not, you know? And we're gonna go to Sheree in her fabulous house. Sheree's house is definitely on the level of like Heather Dubrow, Luther Vanderpump, houses like that. Those houses are like something amazing. A house that one day I will be in. Thank you, Lord, if God's willing. And all I can think about when I'm looking at Sheree's house, like, damn, I know this fucking light bill is high. Like, what the fuck? But you know, Sheree, like, Chateau Sheree is amazing. Like, it's the high ceilings from the interior, how everything looks so modern and sleek in the corners. I love everything about her house. I really feel like, fuck the joggers that Sheree's trying to do. Go into interior design because I would pay her good money to design my house if it was me. Well, who knows? And then Kenyon comes over there where he's talking about, well, you know, we're over here talking about basically the mess that went on at La Archive with Marlo. So they'll just talk about all the shade, how Marlo was basically just saying this, that, and the third about Kenya, and Kenya is just, you know, she's just going like, well, you know, it's funny because you share something with Drew. So Drew and Sheree share a assistant.
Until you take it. Are you being serious right now?
Honey, it's a good, healthy libation, honey, to keep your taste buds moving and your hips grooving, honey, Miss Legendary Burris.
Ooh. This is Anthony.
The assistant is having beef with Sheree. So that assistant's going to Drew telling all of Sheree's business, which is funny because all of this is coming from messy ass Candy. I tried to tell y'all that Candy's messy, but y'all just keep trying to say that Candy's not messy. Candy is messy as fuck. And this is another point proving that Candy's messy. But we need somebody that's messy. I thought these first 2 episodes are very much building up into a clash. Episode 3 is definitely going to be where the money is at. Drew and her husband in their family element, they're already talking about Drew brought the assistant and Ralph is just exhaustingly stupid. Like the dude is like, he's like, I fired her, but I'm still cool with her on a personal level. And I don't know if it's just Drew, just if she's confused by what he's saying or if she's just simple. Because there's a lot, we all know a simple girl. I don't know if she's just simple, where it's just like, girl, do you not get what he's talking about, or is he really that convincing that he's confusing you? And yes, her husband's gaslighting the fuck out of her, and I'm happy that they did that. They over here showed that little montage. It's sad, but I'm happy that they showed it because it gives great examples for her to look back like, yeah, this nigga's over here gaslighting the fuck out of you, ma'am. Then they already talk about like the stuff that they had going on in the past, and Ralph's talking about, oh, there's more stuff that I resent you for, and Drew's just looking confused, like, really? Like what? Like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he's telling you that he resents you for some other random shit, and you just talking about, what? Really? I don't get it. Why the girls just let dudes just walk all over them? Like, oh, he's the king of my family. He's like, my man. Your man really left you for dead, bitch. He went to Tampa. You went to Chicago. Like, it's like I don't want the show to become the Ralph and Drew show because this is exhausting already. And at the end of the day, I hope she get it together because it's just sad.
It's sad.
I'm happy to see Kenya and her daughter in her element. You know, Kenya is a wonderful mother, and her daughter is so cute. And I'm happy to see them in that element. Candy's talking about her new play that she's co-producer of, Thoughts of a Color Man, and I haven't seen the play, so I really can't give my opinions on it, but I hear rave reviews about it. So congratulations to Candy and all her success. I feel like one thing Candy's going to do is have a job, have a business, stay with money. Congratulations. I can never hate a woman that can make some money. But you know, Todd sachets his way into the kitchen, and you know they talk about some rich people shit. Talk about they vacationing too much, and talking about how, oh well, you know, we don't have that much time for every time you leave, it's messing up the family dynamic.
Family dynamic?
This sounds like rich people shit, but I can see how if one parent leaves, it can throw stuff off. But like y'all do have nannies, and this is what y'all do. Like y'all have multiple businesses. But in Todd's defense, Candy, you can't say, well, every time you go on vacation for the weekend, it throws everything off when you leave for months on end, but you say you do it for work. That's not really fair, and it's not. If he can do it, or if you can do it, he can do it. That's really how it is. But I playing devil's advocate, I can see where she's coming from because like I'm making the motherfucking money, so it's like regardless, I'm going for this money. You going just for leisure time, so I can see where she coming. I can see both sides. Todd updates them on the pool room, and Candy doesn't seem to have a lot of stuff finished. There's just boxes everywhere, shoes everywhere, trash everywhere. I'm just like, I'm a type of person, I don't like a lot of shit in my place. I don't like to have a lot of stuff around. I like to have everything minimal. And that would just turn my nerves up not having something finished. And it's just like they have the means to finish something, so it's just like, why don't you have it finished? Like, this is Candy. She said it's something she gotta work on. Now let's talk about Ty having his apartment in New Jersey. Now, I could have sworn that Portia said that Ty had a whole nother life in, what was it, New York, and he went by the name of Marvin. So on that lease, is your name Marvin on that lease with that girl, or no? Now, maybe Portia was on to something. I don't know. But Marvin, gotta figure this out. One thing Marlo is gonna do is throw shade. While pulling up to Candy Coated Factory, she's over here talking about, so you said this is the ghetto, huh? You gotta lock our doors. Now, and then it's funny because later in that scene, she's talking about, okay, I want you to be more involved with the kids because they need like to see a family reunion. But it's like, I can see why Kenny don't trust you because you constantly shading the shit out of her every chance you get. And I feel like it's not even in like it's not even on purpose. She just do it just like intuitively, like. But Marlo and Candy's relationship is cute. It's a better relationship. I feel like it's getting back to a better place because they definitely bumped heads. And from what we heard early on in like the blog while they're filming, like they're gonna bump heads again. So we'll see how they get through this phase of their friendship. But Ginger, Miss Marlo, she's a Magic City girl, I guess. So she said that's how she gonna tell the girls that's how she made her money, I guess. They had a great combo about why being black has to equal struggle, and that's something I talk about with my friends because I grew up in very much middle class, high middle class, whereas like my stepmom worked at the Pentagon, my dad was an E8 in the military, my mom is a bank coordinator, so it's like I never went without. But as a grown ass adult that pays for everything that I own, like I know both sides of the spectrum. But being that I have a job now after college, yeah, you just gotta negotiate the salary, baby. Yeah. But yeah, like I feel like a lot of people when they see people that with success, they want to hear that they had some type of struggle story. And they want to say they want to get it out the mud as much as possible. And it's just like it is kind of weird because I do feel like a lot of people do equate success with the struggle. It's like if you didn't struggle, then you can't succeed. Whereas like if I have kids, I'm going to set up my kids to have the best, no matter what. And you could say that they're spoiled. You could say that they're bougie. You could say that oh they didn't work for it. That's fine. They don't have to work for it. Even though I would want them to work for it, obviously. But it's like regardless, my kids are gonna go without because they didn't ask to be here. They didn't choose to be here. I wanted them to be here, so it's like I'm gonna take care of my kids until the day I die, and that's just period. So I feel like a lot of people do equate that struggle with being black. I never had that. Like I definitely was blessed growing up. I lived in Italy for 4 years. So that's I did a lot of things at a young age that a lot of people didn't even do. So it's one of those things that I'm just very blessed and highly favored. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the show. Um, like I said, Marlo wants Candy to like hang out with the boys, have movie night, and like I said, Marlo, like I don't think y'all are that close for you to even say that to Candy. So I'm happy that Candy definitely was like, yeah, we'll get there, but right now we don't care. We'll get there, but right now I just don't know. I just gotta get here. Working on my Candy voice, but you know how Candy do. Dropping it with Drew. So Drew over here trying to drop it with Drew, and I'm just like, I can't take this serious because Drew, come on, like I don't think you even dropped any LBs yet for like, girl, I don't want to say that, but it's just like Drew. Hopefully, you really could get this off the ground, let it be a success. Because I don't want to really talk about it, but girl, come on. Ralph is setting up a date night. And one thing I think I don't like that Drew does, he's like, yo, I want to do something special for you. We'll clear your schedule. And she's like, oh my God, that's great. But make sure it's like, our infidelity issues and all that, our problems in our marriage, we just gotta work through that. And in that situation, it's just like you really killed a good moment. You could just let it be the moment. But then you just went and said that and just kind of killed the moment. I feel like one thing Drew can do is just live in the moment. Don't bring up stuff that happened in the past. If you got through it, you got through it. Let it go. You don't need to keep bringing it up. But the husbands do a little meet and greet. They hang out with the girls at Blaze Bistro, and they're over here like bringing up Ralph's issues. And even the husbands are saying that, dude, you sound dumb. Like you over here talking about, oh yeah, I see, I'm a guy. I'm a guy. If I do this, I'm a guy. If I do that, I'm a guy. It's just like, bro. At the end of the day, like I said, it has to be scripted with them because this shit don't make no fucking sense. What he's saying makes no sense, but he seems like he believes it. So, Drew, girl, good luck. Ross wants more kids, but child, Sonya definitely ain't on that. Like it looked like her body is snatched. She over here running good. I don't think she think about no kids right now. And I'm happy that the guys know that Ralph is crazy. Marlo in the Birds and the Bees conversation was funny because she's like, look, talk about auntie something down there. She's that child. It's called this sister. Ain't got time. And Marlo might be a lot, and she says a lot. She does a lot. But one thing I like that about Marlo is that she does have redeemable qualities with her nephews. Her nephews give her redeemable qualities, where it's just like sometimes you're like, oh, why did she say that? Was where you see her with them, and just like, okay, well, she has growth and character now instead of being the woman that slept with the billionaire. You know. Um. Now when Drew stepped out, Drew looked good. The hair looked good. The dress looked good. She's like, you think I'm gonna fit in that little thing? It's funny because girl, you should be able to. You dropping it with Drew, right? You should be able to fit in it. You dropping it with Drew? No. Okay, Drew. Well, she fit in it and she looked good. Drew, like I said, when Drew over here, they're doing a little montage of her getting ready. The stylist come, the hairdresser come. They talking about I flew out to do this, da da. And when she's like, "Oh my God, wow, really?" It gets so performative. It gets so extra. It gets fake as hell. And this is why I say I don't know about Drew and Ralph because they give fake. It's just so performative. Just oh my God, just so extra. Just like girl, just like oh my God, I can't believe you did that. But maybe that's just how she is, y'all. Ralph brought her to the Taylor showroom, and it was amazing. It was roses, candlelit. It's very thoughtful. Um, and it's good to see the representation on screen, like somebody, a black man, really going out for his wife, and it really nice to see. Drew was shocked, and she was just like, "I'm like, hey, Ralph, I can't believe you did that for me." But they sit down and they start talking, and the conversation quickly goes left. And I'm just like, how did this go all? It's like they are saying the wrong things to each other at the wrong time. He said something. She said, like, okay, I can't believe that you're here. He said, well, do you really want to be here? And then she would say something where it's like, you're over here, maniac. And then look up the definition. And it just goes down, down, downhill. And the food looks amazing. The food looks good. But the relationship is toxic. The tension is high. They're going tit for tat and name calling. I feel when Drew starts crying, I do feel her in that scene. I'm just like, damn, this is okay. Now this is a real moment. I feel her, and it sucks to see that when she's crying because she's crying. But at the end of the day, her husband gets up, leaves her at the table. He drink after he finishes wine. He got up. He did. He said, you know what? I'm gonna check the dishes, and he left and leaves Drew just sitting there eating her food, looking stupid. At the end of the day, I hope that they can get back on a better terms because this is toxic as fuck. And like I said, it's becoming the Drew show, and I don't like it. We give us some more storylines. Yes, one thing I can say is that Drew is going to come up with a storyline. They're going to have a problem. It's like every time that the show comes back on, when them contracts coming back around, she's going to come up with a problem in that marriage. But at the end of the day, we'll see what happens with the continuation of her relationship with Ralph. Next episode, seems like her and Sheree are going to come to a head at that baby's birthday party. And I can't wait to see the drama. So, if you guys agree with me, tell me what you think. Shoot it down in the comments. Let me know, do you agree or disagree? And again, this is Brian Key. You already know. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Bye.